In educational sectors such as schools and colleges, there are several categories of websites that are commonly blocked. However, sometimes these blocked websites might be needed for some explanation of an academic-related topic. So, in such situations, if the network admin wants to allow these websites, it would be very tedious work for him to make changes in the web filter policy every now and then. The Web Policy Override feature introduced in firmware version 17.5 is very useful in such scenarios. It allows the authorized users selected by the network admin to have temporary access to otherwise blocked websites with the help of an override code. So, to demonstrate this feature, we will try to access the blocked website YouTube. As you can see, a custom category named YouTube has been created for this demo. Block YouTube is the policy that has been created to block YouTube, and the policy is used in the firewall rule. To configure this feature, you need to navigate to Web General Settings. Under there, you need to enable the Policy Override feature. Under the Allowed Users and Groups, you need to add the users or the groups you want to authorize for temporary access to the blocked websites. Here, we will use the user David for this purpose. Under the blocked websites and categories, you can enter a particular website or an entire category that you want to keep blocked all the time, even with the override access code. You can enable the Allow Manual Access Code Entry option if you want the user to manually enter any custom code, and then we can save the changes that we have made. So now you can see that when we try to access YouTube from the computer that is behind an XG firewall, it is shown as blocked. The override code is available from the user portal of the authorized users that the network admin has added to the policy override section. So, when we log in to the user portal for David, we can see the My Policy Override tab. Now we need to add a web policy override. We set the session name as Override YouTube. The access code is automatically generated. In the Allowed Websites and the Allowed Websites category, you can select a particular website, or you can also specify an entire category. Here, we select our custom category, YouTube. In the restricted time period, the schedule selected here will limit the availability of this restriction in that particular time period. Now you can see that an access code is generated. So now when we again try to access YouTube, there is an option of I have an override code. In here, you need to enter the access code from the user portal, and then you will have access to YouTube. The admin can also see the policy override rule that has been created to access the blocked website, and if the admin wants, he can delete or disable it. So, with this feature, the network admin can easily manage the users who have temporary access to the blocked websites or categories without doing any major changes in the actual web filter policy.